Hello guys, this is Vysh. So the Hindu editorial sessions, which people have been requesting me since last I think 2 to 3 years, but we were engaged in a lot of other things, and so I could not do it. So now we'll try to do this, but again, it's not like today is the start date and it will continue every day. This is a demo video. This is the first episode I'm trying to do in this channel, and we'll try to make it the best ever editorial series kind of thing, which is now available on YouTube for free. So you give your comments. You have to watch this till the end. It can go up to 45 minutes to 1 hour, because editorial will have 5 to 6 articles every day. So all those things will be discussed in detail, and I'm trying to make it the most detailed fashion, okay, with proper slides and pictures and all. So we'll see how it goes, but please watch till the end and give your comments, okay. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe to this. And first itself, we'll see the newspaper, okay, the e-Hindu paper, okay, the online version. That is what I'll be using. So that you can enroll to it. I'll show you some things also which you have to take care before starting Hindu editorial reading and all. So this, if you see, the paper will look something like this. If you subscribe to it, okay, you will have a login account, and inside that the paper will be there, everything clickable, everything editable. So you can see this. So this, now we are not concerned about the entire articles. That is a different series which we can plan later. We will see only about the editorial. So when you scroll down here, left side, you can see, right, you can see all the pages, regional or state wise, everything is named here itself. So we need only the editorial. So if you go down here again, south, states and all, here this 2 pages, this is called editorial pages, okay. This is in my how to read newspaper foundational video. I've already told what are the different type of pages and what are the pages which UPSC aspirant has to read. So now we'll focus this series on editorial. So when I click on this editorial, if you see, this is how it will look like. So here in text format, in image format, any format you can see, okay. You can download the images also. Once you enroll to it, you apply to it, then you can do anything with that, okay. So because of copyright issues and all, we don't want to use their paper directly. We will prepare slides and teach you, okay. So now if you see here, these articles, it looks something like this. So this, if I click on here, this is the first article, underestimated utility. This is about the Manrega scheme, okay, the Manrega scheme which is there. So I'll explain this article. It's a very important article for UPSC students. Now this one, if you see, a court's order on Pegasus. Pegasus, there is a spyware, and that was in news from July 2021. So now a court order has come. So based on that, there is article. So I'll tell you what is this Pegasus and all, because it's our first episode. Now if you see here, big push. This is not very important article for us, because this is about USA. Okay, USA, as you know, Biden, the president there, he is now trying to bring back all the Obama related schemes, because Trump was a different party. He was against a lot of things. So now he is trying to push all the good schemes which they had in mind when Obama was there. Okay, so that is the big push. So again, little bit glance we'll see, but not very important for you. Now if you see here, nutrition, getting nutrition back on the school high table, meaning on priority, you need to bring back the nutrition levels, because schools and all are reopening. So we'll see what the author is saying here, okay. And then if you see here, the second editorial page which you see here, first is a COVID related one. This actually, a book has come about human and viruses. If you see the natural history of viruses, so in that they are blaming like humans, things only led to this kind of crossovers of virus into our society and all. So that kind of some points are there, but one important thing from this only was asked in this year's prelims, okay, because that thing kept on coming last year also, and it was here in this article also. So I'll show you which was that question which came in prelims. Then here again, one important article about the death penalty which happens, capital punishment, and also the effect on mental health patients, okay, meaning people who are having mentally some problem, when such people are in a criminal case or some case, and when they are subjected to death penalty. So that they are discussing here. Then here again, 2-3 articles are there, but this is not important. It's a state-wise thing. It's political news, okay. Political news we won't cover, because it's not important for you at all. For interest sake, you can read. And here if you see, accidental death, meaning COVID-19, many people did not even step out, so the road accidents also decreased, okay. They're telling the accidental death declined by some 11% compared to 2019, when you see the last 2 years. So that is a good thing actually, but that is just because people did not get out. Now when people get out again it will happen. So statistics and graphs are there. This also I will not explain, you can yourself read it, okay. So this is the overall thing we are going to discuss today, 5 to 6 articles. Now when we'll go back to the presentation, okay. I will show, this will be the pattern. Every day I will show you the newspaper directly, so that we are genuinely discussing from the Hindu paper, because I see many YouTubers who, what they are doing is they take one article from there, and remaining some notes of somewhere they gather and they teach you. So they don't teach you actually from the newspaper. So we'll see to it that we give you genuine Hindu editorial updates, and it will be proven to you like this every single day, okay. So this is the first thing. So this is all part of something which I am trying to do since last 3-4 years, okay. We are trying to revolutionize how UPSC education should be given. Now it's not like giving lot of telegram links and lot of unwanted links of editorials and papers onto your email or something, because people are not going to click on it, people are not going to read it. They simply accumulate, and lot of unread messages will be there in your WhatsApp and Telegram. So that is not what we are trying to do. We are trying to give you a very good affordable test series which 100% covers your syllabus. On top of that, completely free lectures we are doing. Okay, so that again, because we are targeting rank holders, we need people who will clear prelims, mains, interview by genuine studies with Vysh IAS. Okay, so this, how it will go? Through lectures. Free lectures are going on, like history. If you see, all the important textbooks, Spectrum, R.S. Sharma, Satish Chandra, Tamil Nadu textbook, Nitin Singhania, Fine Arts, NCRT 6 to 10, NCRT 12, everything is there on this channel, and more are going to come. And as of now, everything is there in English, and few we are converting into Hindi now. Like Spectrum, if you see, one of the most viewed is my English lecture, so now we are doing it Hindi also. First 2 episodes have already come. Okay, and it will come every week now. And then like that, Polity is there in English and Hindi, Shankar Environment is there in English and Hindi, Geography NCRT in English and Hindi. Everything we have taken new faculty here, and everybody are working day and night just for you, and it's completely free. But the day we realize that comments are less or likes are less, immediately we'll again compile it and put it on an app and give it to you as a paid course. Okay, so you should also understand from our side that this much effort is being put. Economics, a very good response is coming for Hindi lectures. English also being in pipeline. Maybe I myself will take it. Okay, so we'll see to it. Then again, mains lectures. Mains is the most thing, like important thing now, because prelims is over. So mains, GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4, everything except the optional part, everything we have started the lectures. More and more episodes will come of the remaining topics which is not taken. But as I told, the series will continue only if you support us. Okay, and you have to subscribe. First step is subscribe. Now when you are listening to me this, please subscribe if you have not done, and hit that bell icon also next to that, because you will get the notifications as and when we upload the video. So please do that as a thankful note which you can give to us. Okay, now other lectures are there, like previous year papers 2016 to 20, and these are all taken by me myself. Okay, this is there, and more 2015 14 backwards I am planning. Okay, already I have started collecting the content. I'll be doing it in the coming days. Okay, then subject specific mini series is also there, so that specific topic you can study. Here all the 10-15 episodes of ancient history is there. Here environment, each and every biosphere is there. Here geography Hindi mini series is there. CSAT is there. So questions when UPSC ask, no, everything is going to be there somewhere or the other, either in my lectures or in my test series. That is why I'm telling, please follow us genuinely, not like randomly watch 1 or 2 episodes. If you watch every single episode, you are going to solve all the questions, and you are going to cross the cutoff in both prelims and mains easily. So please do that. Okay, and the 25 foundational videos which you have to start with, for that you have to WhatsApp me. When you WhatsApp me, I'll give you first day itself 20 to 25 video links, that in order, without skipping. If you genuinely watched it, you will not have a need to go to any coaching class. Okay, I'm guaranteeing you that. Now, some FAQs before starting the editorial, because it's the first episode I am doing this much detailing. Okay, next onwards I will directly start with the editorial. So, frequently asked, full current affairs gets covered by this video or not? This kind of questions people ask. This because, again, as I told you, lack foundation. Nobody in this world is going to cover you anything full, that too for free. Okay, this is to discuss the editorial. Okay, editorial which is important for your mains, your vocabulary, your English skills, how to frame an answer, how to put an introduction, conclusion. That you will improve if you read editorial. Okay, remaining everything what you need is there in our monthly current affair PDF, which is also there as a mini pack, meaning you don't have to enroll to the full test series. There is current affair alone as a special pack also. Just WhatsApp me, I'll tell you how to enroll. 12 months you will keep getting monthly. Okay, then after this video, do I still need to read editorial from newspaper? Yes, you have to read, because our video will give you the gist of it, the summary of it, and will make your reading easier, because I know how much difficult it is for a beginner to read editorial, because it will be in a very complicated language, because advocates are writing it, journalists are writing it. They have a very bad kind of they don't follow any grammar or anything. They'll just follow very strict kind of lengthy sentences. Okay, the punctuations, everything will be errors only, but they just want to convey their hatred towards the government or their support towards the government, so they write it as they wish. Okay, so you have to read them, but I will tell you the gist of it, so that when you read it, it will be very easy to understand. After this video, do I still need to watch any other channel's video? You don't have to watch any other channel's editorial video if you are watching my video. That is my guarantee. Okay, only thing is, if you need it in Hindi or regional language, then I cannot do anything. This will be only there in English as of now. Okay, will Vysh IAS give any PPT or notes for it? We are not going to give you any PPT, not any notes. If you want whatever I tell, you have to make notes. Okay, that is the next question. If you are interested, okay, you can buy to the test series, which will give you under 100% syllabus. Else, you should make notes on it. Okay, should I make notes? Yes, you should make notes. And how to make notes, how to read newspaper, already foundation videos are out. And only make notes after that. Please don't ask like, sir, which point should I cover, which point, because that is all answered already. It's a 30-40 minutes video. Just watch them. Okay. That's why I'm telling, I am giving you everything step by step. Please watch them and then get back to here. Then will Vysh IAS give free Hindu subscription students. We are not giving, okay, we are not the owner of Hindu that we'll give you subscriptions or any bonus here. You can go and enroll. It's very cheap. I think it's 800 rupees per year or something. Every day newspaper you will get, and there is also like additional combo pack with the Frontline magazine and something else which they give, okay, Hindu Business Line magazines and all. So that you can go and buy whatever you want, 3-month subscription, 6-month subscription, 9 months you can do online, or you can buy the hard copy so that everyone at your home can read. Okay, you can buy a hard copy, and that is more comfortable for many people. Okay, so you can subscribe to that. Does Vysh recommend that Hindu is the best newspaper? No, we don't recommend it. It is just one among many. Editorial is very good, so Hindu is very good. Same like that, Indian Express has the explained column. That also later maybe I will think of it if you have good response on this one. So that is about the this thing. Okay, the papers. But there are many other newspapers, because if you see my current affair magazine, I cover at least 12 to 13 national level newspapers. Okay, the Financial Express, the Times of India, Economic Times, and print. Okay, the print, the many newspapers from which there is content specific for UPSC. I read it and make notes of it. Okay, so that you will get when you enroll to the monthly current affair, which you can get by WhatsApp. So how can you contact me? You can either WhatsApp me or you can email me. WhatsApp, you will get faster response. Okay, and then what do we expect? We are doing all this for you. What do we expect? We just want you to be a regular audience. We just want you to hit subscribe, hit that bell icon, hit like just now. Okay, now I'm talking to you. Please hit the like. Okay, and hit comment. Comment means if the live chat is there now visible, live chat also you can tell, and the final actual comment section there also. Only then when a newcomer come to this channel, they understand that this is actually something genuine, something true, which will help them. Okay, and please share it to your contact. Share it to anybody. It's UPSC person or non-UPSC person. Keep sharing. They will again share it to someone else who they know. Maybe they will know some other aspirants. Your uncles, your aunties, your families, your friends. Please share it. Okay, because together only we can do something great. Okay, I alone cannot do anything. You alone cannot do anything. We together can make up something great. And UPSC is like just and simple. Okay, so just support us. We will help you if you help us. Okay. So the first article, which I told, which is the most important one, the Pegasus spyware. So this, you know, you would have heard, and already many videos we have also done in the past in our other Vysh courses channel. So Pegasus spyware, what is it, or why is it so significant? Okay, so what is Pegasus? We'll see from the Wikipedia directly. That is the best source always to read it. The first page alone, okay, not the full Wikipedia. So Pegasus is a spyware. Okay, spyware developed by an Israeli company. Okay, a cyber firm company, you can tell, which is NSO Group. Okay, so they actually telling this is actually a thing which can be installed on your mobile phones, whether it is iOS or Android, and it's even told like even the all recent version. You know, iOS versions will keep updating every time. In every version, it can infect, it can go and affect it, it can go and hack it. Okay, so it is like it is capable of reading text messages, tracking the calls, collecting password, location tracking, accessing the target device microphone and camera, and harvesting information from the apps. Everything, whatever is in your phone, everything can be taken. So that much powerful software, this Pegasus from NSO Group of Israel. Okay, now this is named after Pegasus. That is actually in Greek mythology, you know, a lot of animals and god, half human, half god, that kind of things are there, half animal, half god. So that, if you see the winged horse of Greek mythology, there was something, a white color horse, which was Pegasus. Based on that, they named it. Okay, so it's basically a computer virus that can be sent into your phones and infect your phone. Okay, so it's told that actually it was previously owned by some American firm, and it was later brought by these Israeli people in 2019. Okay, this is how everything need not be true, but this is what the Wikipedia tells us. Okay, and it provides authorized governments with technology that help them combat terror and crime. Okay, to fight terror and crime, so that you can sneak into everybody's phone who you are suspicious of, and you can go and track them. Okay, so that is why this was made initially, and that is what it is believed also. Okay, so this is there since long time, but in 2016 only it was discovered that something like this exists. Okay, because some human right activist found out that something is happening, some installation is failing, so something is happening. So like that, they understood that phone is being hacked in 2016, and in 2020 the Israeli newspaper, okay, this Haaretz, okay, it's their main newspaper. In that they told like governments like UAE, Gulf state, these are all giving millions of dollars to buy the software, meaning they are all sitting and spying people. Okay, so that is happening. And even in Al Jazeera, okay, Saudi Arabia channel and all, there also it's telling these are all the spying is actually real. It is actually happening among governments. In 2021, why it came into news is because a paper leak kind of thing will happen. No, like this Panama leak and all. It came to know that a report came out. Report came out like there is a lot of people using it, including in India. In India, hundreds of people's phone numbers are being tracked by the government, which is out of the 50,000 numbers which they listed in that report. Okay, that is why it came into Indian news, Indian context. Else also it was there since long time. Okay, so now seeing into the details of today's editorial, what happened now that suddenly again in November 1 we are discussing. October 27, Supreme Court of India appointed a committee, okay, to inquire into this. So the author, whoever has wrote this editorial, he is not happy. He is telling that the court himself has a lot of power to do all this. Then why keep some ad hoc committee and simply time pass? You are simply trying to fool the people that, okay, something is actually happening. Okay, because actually in reality, from July month, nothing is happening. Because the court is asking the government will not give a reply, or government will give a vague reply. So that 2-3 lines which I told you now, this round and round this person is writing in the editorial in 5-6 pages. Okay, so just is this much only, but I'll still take you through. So if you see, some words will be there which will be new to you. So that is why I'm telling you have to read it and find out the meanings of it. Okay, the court's direction has met with adulation. Adulation means it's like too much noise and too much praise. It is being welcomed. Okay, the court's direction, but the author is not happy. Okay, even though it is there, he is not happy because he is feeling like it will fall short of delivering justice. Okay, the author doesn't feel happy. So why? Because there is no guarantee still. Because government is refusing to give a proper affidavit, meaning a proper sworn in written statement that something has actually happened or something is there. Nothing is happening from the government side. So he don't believe that justice will be delivered. He's telling that government is choosing to remain silent. Court is also not giving any strict instruction to them. Now it's simply putting a committee. What will happen? So he is now telling how the court must respond. Okay, he is giving directions. He or she, whoever has written this article. Okay. So he is telling there are facts. There is investigation done by a consortium of global media. There is proof that these many phone numbers were there. Hundreds of phone numbers from India. Out of the global list of 50,000 numbers are there. Full proof is there. Then why can't you strictly ask the government that what happened? How many are you actually doing it? Okay, so that set of questions I'll show you. There are some set of questions this author is telling you should ask the government. Okay, now the NSO people are coming out and telling that we are doing it for security reasons. We are doing it for fighting terrorism. So we are actually selling it to government. They are accepting it. But the governments individually are not accepting that they are actually doing it. Okay. Now, accountability. This when you go into somebody's phone and check, is actually you are against the privacy of the person. Right to privacy was a 2021 prelims question also. So right to privacy is getting violated. So that is why author is again more concerned. Okay. So there now judges are telling that without any backing of the law, without anything established by the law or constitution, you should not go and spy the people. Indiscriminate spying on individuals cannot be allowed. Okay, except with sufficient statutory safeguard. So now he's telling if you have to do any act of surveillance, there should be 4 grounds. There will be 4 reasons to it. One, it should be supported by a legislation. Second, the state must show the court that a restriction made is aimed at legitimate governmental end. Okay, again, there's some legitimate reason, there is some strict reason. Then there is no less intrusive means available, meaning there is no other option, and this is the last resort. Like that, you should prove that the state should prove that we had no other option. We could only spy the phone and find out. Only then I am using it. So that is the third reason they're telling. Then the state must establish there is a rational nexus between the limitations imposed and the aims underlying the measures. Again, the same thing. You are going into somebody's privacy and you are doing this. So you should prove that there is a balance or there is something genuine reason that it is being actually done. Okay, there should be a rational nexus between the things you are doing. Okay, what is actually the need and what you are actually doing. Okay, so like this is author's point of view. Okay, so this in your mains answers also you can use it if the question is like criticize this government or critically analyze the actions of the government in context of Pegasus spyware. You can use these points. That is why I'm telling you this is your single answer to your mains problems. Okay, mains answer writing skill if you have to develop, you have to read editorial. Okay, now again, court must arrive at a conclusion on facts. Again, he's telling there are a lot of facts available. Sworn written statement, everything is there from everyone. Then why can't the court go and ask them? Okay, because the government is not giving back anything. If you see, journalist names are there in that, the phone numbers, activist phone numbers is there, politicians phone numbers is there, I think including Rahul Gandhi. So these are all there. So government should give a proper response and not something like limited affidavit, meaning limited things which is having no clarity. Did not provide any clarity to the fact of the matter at the hand, meaning they are not giving a proper answer. As I told, see, he's going round and round on the same point. Okay, the court should come and ask for evidence and then ask for this categorical denial from the government. Government is going on denying. So these are the set of specific questions which the court should ask the government. Okay, like did the government purchase Pegasus? Did it use the software on the phones of Indian citizens? If so, was such use backed by law? There was any law supporting it? Then what were the reasons for which the use was authorized? So these kind of questions the court should ask the state, the government. Okay, And if the answers to these questions were still not coming, okay, if it's still not coming, elementary principles of evidence law allow the court to draw what is known as adverse inference. There is something called adverse inference. That is, if you are asking one person 10 times the same thing and he's not giving it, he's not giving a conclusion, no truth, no fact, then you should think like, okay, he's guilty, he has something to hide. Okay, so that way you should come to a conclusion that the state there should be a doubt, there is some violation, of this fundamental right. If you see violation of the fundamental right, and the court then can grant any number of remedies. Okay, it can make a declaration that the government was in wrong, it can issue a writ compelling the government to disclose all the materials relevant for the purchase. So if they are not giving response, you yourself can tell that you are wrong, you are guilty, you have to give us explanation. That power court has. That is what the author is telling. Okay, so it is therefore unclear why we need a committee at all. That's what he's telling. The court itself possesses the power. Only thing he's telling, to go ground level and collect evidences again, more evidence, maybe you need a committee. But in this case, we already have all the proof. We have a global investigation report already there. Then why you need a committee? That is what is the author asking. Okay, so this ad hoc committees cannot be the solution. Okay, that is what he's telling. So for now, if you see here, it must proceed to use its prerogative powers to both provide a declaration of illegality and issue a mandatory order to the state compelling it to perform its constitutional duties. Okay, only then will the courts, this theories, no, they are telling every judgment, they will tell right to privacy is there, right to privacy there. So simply telling judgment is not enough. If you don't take strict actions when privacy is violated, then court also don't have the right to simply tell, okay, there is court right to privacy. This is what is he telling. Right to privacy will have its true meaning only if court take actions also when that privacy is getting violated. Okay, so this is the overall gist of that article. Hope it's clear and you won't need, as I told, any other detailing other than you going and reading it directly. No need to watch anybody else's explanation for that particular article. Now, second one, nutrition in schools. You know, midday meal scheme is there, Poshan Abhiyan is there. So this and all combined together, an article is written. So this, why? Because you know, COVID cases are reducing in the country. Everywhere, every places are opening now. Even theaters are opening, schools are opening. So the festival season is coming, people's eating habits will change, everything is there, and children are not vaccinated also. If you know, 18 to 45 years is what now majority is getting vaccinated. Below 18 years old, it's very limited. Okay, very limited children are like now. Slowly children vaccine is coming into picture only. It's not like everybody are vaccinated. So we have to get ready for protecting the children's immunity. We have to see like what is the current need. Okay, understand the current nutrition and nutritional requirement for a healthy body and mind. This is the whole thing he is going on telling in this article. Okay, so first thing is tackling India's triple burden. So what is this triple burden is a very important thing. Okay, in your exams you can use it. One is undernutrition, meaning you are not getting the nutrition. Then overweight or obesity, meaning the urban house children and all, they'll be sitting and eating chocolates and snacks and creams and ice creams and all these things. So overweight, obesity things will come. That is also a burden. Then there is deficiency in micronutrients, okay, which we even call hidden hunger kind of thing, meaning you're getting the food. All people are getting the food, but the food is not having any nutrients like iron, zinc, calcium, vitamins. These are the micronutrients which UPSC prelims can be a question framing possibility. So these are the three things which is triple burden. Okay, so now we have to fight against it. Now they are telling the phases of life. That is, one is childhood and one is the adolescence. That is continued, meaning your 2 to 10 years of age is called the childhood, and after that your teenage kind of thing is the adolescence. And that also the growth it varies from boys and girls differently. Maybe 12 years old or something, girls will start growing more, and boys will be the around 14 years. That's what I think. 2 years later in boys. Okay, so this is the thing. And if you know, 2 to 10 years of the time is the time when your height and your weight increases rapidly. If you see 6 to 7 centimeter in height every year and 1.5 to 3 kg weight every year. So this time, if your intake of nutrients is not proper, then it will be a problem in the long run. Okay, that is why your height, weight, everything changes. Okay, some children you are seeing very fair and very tall. Some people are like maybe dark and skinny or maybe short. It is all because of that age up to childhood and adolescence. If the nutrients is not taken, the compromised body thing will happen, body development will happen, and that will in turn affect your immune system also. So author is coming to that point. Okay, immunity is now the main thing. So it will come to immune compromisation also, and then causing or making them vulnerable to infections. Okay, so now social factors he's telling, like who actually gets or how it is. Like as I told, rural lifestyle is different, urban lifestyle is different, middle class is different, rich is different. Everybody has a different thing. Also now we have in COVID time restricted movement. People are not moving. People are always sitting in the same place or in the bed, and there is like no socialization now, and physical contact is avoided. Everything has changed now. Okay, so now how to get the proper nutrients and proper things. Okay. Also in COVID time, generally everybody, even in children, stress is increased, immunity is compromised. Then the carbohydrate and high sugar food content, as I told, people are sitting inside and eating chocolates and sweets and all. So that has improved now, increased now. So all these things are affecting your immunity. Okay, so we need to approach it in the right way. So what is the right way? You need a balanced diet. So balanced diet means it should have all the nutrients at the proper timing. You have to eat every day. You have to eat. There are a lot of things to see. Okay, so again, as I told, only these micronutrients will help you in the production of enzymes, the hormones, everything. Okay, health, growth, development, immunity, everything in every stage of your life. Okay, as I told, hidden hunger. UPSC can ask you, what is hidden hunger? As I told, it's like you are eating, but you're not getting the needed micronutrients. Simply giving rice and dal to a child will not be enough. You need to give extra vegetables, fruits, milk, curd, nuts. You have to give many things. So that quantity only. Now in the remaining things, it's told, okay, your memory will improve, your immune will improve if you eat fresh fruits and vegetables. That too with numbers they have given, not very important, but for your mains answer you can use it. Okay, like 300 to 500 gram per child, this much fruits and vegetables is needed. Then you have to eat fruits than fruit juices. Okay, then this much 300 400 ml of milk or curd is required, which will give you the calcium and proteins. Okay, it's like this they have given everything. Even there are good bacteria which you need for your digestion. All good bacteria you need. For that you have to eat curd and nuts. Okay, these are all for small children. After a particular age there is no point doing all this. Okay, you cannot reverse it. Then again, as I told, in urban, this high calorie snacks and sweetened things and beverages and all the Pepsi, Coca-Cola, all these things you have to it has to be discouraged. Okay, then fats every time we tell it's bad and we have to have zero fat. It's not true. In childhood there are something called good fats also. You need little bit oil content, you need fat content, and 25 gram to 50 gram per day is needed. Okay, that too from two varieties of oil. That is needed for ideal body weight, then regular physical activity. All these are extra things. Okay, you have to maintain ideal body weight, regular physical activity, adequate water intake, along with adequate sleep and low screen time. This is the new generation thing. Okay, like mobile phone, laptop and all, we ourselves, including to see this video, you are watching this. Okay, so make sure that you are using only for study purpose and not like full day sitting with your phone with web series or something. So try to avoid and reduce. Everything is good for everyone. Okay, now last they are talking about the portion scheme. We already have the midday meal scheme right from long time we have. Okay, now the Pradhan Mantri Poshan Shakti Nirman Yojana is there. This is actually the enhanced or like new avatar. It's a new avatar of the midday meal scheme. Okay, here everyone, including the pre-primary level, Bal Vatikas of government aided school, primary, upper primary, everyone, okay, are already within the midday meal program. But they are now going to get more enriched kind of protein and fat, and all these problems are going to be solved if this is implemented properly. Okay, in paper everything will be there, but whether every school is giving this or not, that we have to see. In addition to all this, there should be monitoring of hemoglobin level of school children, appointment with nutritional expert. Then there is something called Nutri Gardens they are doing. So when you open schools, it's not like simply, okay, COVID has reduced, let open schools. You have to take care of all these things, whether these are all affecting the nutrition level of people, whether this is ready. Okay, not only giving books and bags, you have to see the nutrition level and immunity level also. This is what the author is trying to tell. So finally, COVID-19 is there or not, good immunity is always needed for the foundation of long-term well-being. Okay, so it's our collective responsibility to ensure that our children are nurtured and nourished. So this, see very how beautifully they are ending a topic. Okay, this is why I'm telling, when you read more and more editorial, you will exactly do this in your mains answers also. You will end it in a positive note and a futuristic note. Okay, that is how you should be. So the next article. As I told, this we are not going to discuss. Just I'm going to tell you that, there are two parties in USA, Democratic Party and Republic Party. So Obama was there, Democratic, and now this person is there, Biden. In between there was Republic right wing, that was Trump. So Trump, when he came, Obama had schemes like Obama Care and all, where he will give a lot of money for healthcare. Then climate change, he gave a lot of money. Many things were there. But Trump told climate change does not exist, it is not real. You're simply bluffing it and making money, taking money from developed countries. So like that he told. But now Biden is coming back and trying to push in his parliament. In his parliament means they don't have parliament, they have that Congress system. Okay, so in that system, he's trying to push one of, like, they are actually calling it once in a generation scheme. Okay, once in a generation kind of reform, where they are going to push billions of dollars into climate change and healthcare. Okay, they are going to revive that Obamacare also, and to climate change also. Why? Because the G20 summit is coming up, and also the COP26, the UNFCCC COP summit, which you should know ideally. That COP summit, which happens every year in Scotland, I think the next one is going to happen. There he has to go and address. So if he do this in USA and go, it will be a good image for USA also, and lot of funding will come into that scheme, so that we can reduce the carbon footprint and all these things. Okay, so that is why this is in news. But because it's a USA parliament related, the Congress related thing, we don't have to read exactly what is there in the editorial. This is the gist of it. Okay, now article number 4, Manrega, very very important. Manrega scheme, first you should know what is Manrega. This explanation which I am doing now, this Wikipedia explanation, this I am doing only because it's the first time I am teaching. Next, after 5 days, if again Manrega related article come, I will not teach you this Wikipedia. I will just see the editorial, what is the content. content, meaning why was it in news? Okay, because theory I explain you only once. Okay. And again, so Manrega, as I told, it's a very old act, meaning 10, 15, 20 years back it is there. 2005, UPA government under Manmohan Singh, he only brought this one. But idea was long back. Idea by Narasimha Rao, if you know, he brought the Panchayat and municipality and all. So 1991 itself, he proposed it. But you know, in India, if somebody proposes, it takes years and years to come. Okay, only when elections come or something, someone will do something. So now, this has come in 2005 and it's one of the best schemes in India. Okay, people are getting at least 100 days of paid wages work, that is that to unskilled labor, meaning you don't have to have a degree, you don't have to prove any skill, you can do like digging or irrigation or any cleaning up work, anything in the villages, okay, rural area. And this work is given where? It is given just 5 kilometers of circle in the residence, whoever applies, suppose you apply from a village for this job, within 5-kilometer radius itself, you will be given the work. Okay, you have to go and do some work and you will be getting minimum wages also. And if work is not provided, suppose 15 days you applied and still they have not given the work, they will even give you unemployment allowance. Okay, so it is actually a legal entitlement. These are things which in prelims they will catch and ask. Okay, so you have to know there is even a unemployment allowance and it is implemented mainly by the Gram Panchayat. And one thing you have to see, there is the involvement of contractors is banned. You know, this contractor system used to be there in tea estates and all. They will take in one lorry hundreds of people, then go and give your employees to some other place, then they'll go and pick them up and go and dump them to some other. So contractor used to sell humans like slaves. Okay, so that system was there. That is not there here. It is directly applying with the panchayat and government is giving you direct wages. Okay, so this is the overall thing. So it's a very brilliant scheme. Okay, 100 days work, at least 100 days guaranteed wage employment in a financial year is there, and anybody, any adult, okay, anyone in the household can apply for this, man, woman, anyone. Okay, any adult who is ready to do unskilled manual work. It's not mandatory. If you want, you can do roads, canals, ponds, whatever. So this is the overall scheme. Now, why is it in news? It is in news telling underestimated utility, meaning the person who has wrote is not happy that the budget given is not enough. He's telling government is underestimated. They are telling the need is too much and you are giving very less fund for it. Okay, he's telling that 21 of 35 states have utilized all the funds given already. Okay, you know, in every budget they will give amount, right? So they're telling 21 of 35 states have already exhausted their fund. Now remaining financial year, how will we give wages to the remaining people who want to work? Okay, so that is his concern. So if you see in previous year, the funding was increased by 50,000 crore. Okay, this BJP government, Modi government has continued the scheme. They did not scrap the Congress scheme or something. Scheme is there and fund is also increased. Fund is increased to 50,000 and this year it is allocated 73,000 crore. Okay, so which is again higher than the previous year. So it is increasing and increasing. But again, if you see the ratio, it is only 2.1% of the budget expenditure. Okay, remaining 98% is going somewhere else. So it is in percentage wise, it is the lowest outlay in terms of the last 6 years, because you know COVID things are there and these things are there. So a lot of funding went into there. So now this scheme specifically, the funding percentage has reduced even though the amount is large. So that is the concern of the author. Okay, and now state-wise he is telling like, we think like when we tell this rural thing, only the underdeveloped state has this problem. It is not like that. If you see the better states like Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Himachal, which we consider in all the ranking and all, it is already coming in the top 10 or top 15. Even these states have overutilized the fund and their fund is over. And there are now more rural workers waiting for fund to come. Because fund is not there, they are not able to work. And why all this suddenly happened? Because of the COVID situation, many people lost their job and many agriculture crisis also came. So people are not able to continue their usual job. So in pandemic time, economy also suffered and people are not able to get work and now wages are not there. So everybody are going and working on this. So wages got expired, the fund got exhausted. Okay, and there is also, you know, center state fight will be there. So rural development ministry is accusing the states that you are artificially creating demand. Okay, you are not doing the other things which is required and other employment related things which is there needed, and you are forcing people to go and do the Manrega work and now fund is getting exhausted. So that kind of thing always happens. Center versus state, each will have their own to and fro point. That's a different thing. Okay, so lack of fund is the main problem and that is what is being discussed here, and they are requesting, or the author is telling the government, you should make arrangement for the allocation of wage payment for the remaining months of the financial year. Okay, and utility, this Manrega, nobody has any doubt that it's a good scheme. Okay, and why it is good? Because it is an effective substitute. This is a very good point. Okay, you have to write in mains. Very good substitute, that is in the absence of crop and weather insurance. Suppose you don't have crop insurance, weather insurance, now there is Fasal Yojana and all, but still, if it is not there, it will help poor to get some revenue, okay, in times of agrarian crisis. And it also is a avenue for employment during economic crisis due to pandemic. Okay, so everybody agrees it is an important thing, and these are the, that is the utility. The utility, everybody agrees, and there is no doubt or there is no question about it. Only thing is the delay in wage payment, okay, because the delay will lead to decline in rural consumption. You know, when people don't consume, the GDP will not rise. GDP, you should know how GDP is calculated. Okay, consumption is a very important thing. If people consume, not only people, government expenditure, the people consumption, the private investment, everything adds up, and that is how you get the GDP. Okay, I have explained a video in which how GDP is calculated. Please watch the economics video. Okay, so rural consumption, if it declines, the economy stimulation also will decline. So overall, you have to see to it that wages are paid on time. Okay, the overall potential of the scheme has to be identified, and properly money has to be allocated. So that is his point. Now, COVID-19. COVID-19, ACE2. This is the thing asked in prelims. Exactly this. ACE2 was in news in context of what? Answer was in related to viruses. Okay, so this one is picked up from newspaper articles last year also, at least 4 or 5 months editorial it was mentioned, and this editorial which I am going to discuss, again it is mentioned. Okay, so this one, as I told, a book has come. A person, some Pranay Lal, he has written a book called Invisible Empire, The Natural History of Viruses. Okay, he has wrote this book. Now this one he is telling through pictures, through paintings, through anecdotes, he's with examples abundant. He's explaining the virus versus human life, and we should not underestimate anyone. Nature is not in our control. That kind of things he's telling, storytelling. Okay, but there are some important points also. So this is actually directly from his book. Okay, so in this he is telling, okay, the human species, like all other living beings, is an amalgam of creatures pieced together gene by gene and passed down by different life forms over deep time. Meaning we have also evolved. It's not like human was like how we are now. We were not developed, or God did not create us just like this. It was evolved over time. Okay, the genes has passed down from where? Ancestral ape, monkey, pig, shrew, gecko. Gecko means a lizard kind of animals. Fish, worm, grass, moss, bacterium. All these people have contributed gene by gene, time by time. Only then finally something called human has come, and that is finally, that's actually called mutation. Okay, you would have seen this word mutation. Now this COVID also, you will see like alpha, beta, gamma, delta, different variants are there, different numbers they are giving, 6.4, 4.2. What is this? This is the mutation, meaning tiny errors in replicating the genetic code. When one thing is trying to make a one more copy of it, slight variation will happen. But every variation need not be harmful. It will be normal only. But sometimes it becomes harmful, and that is why we have this alpha, delta, beta variations. So same like that, earlier all the organisms were going through mutations. They were changing. And over time, an evolutionary journey happened, and human beings were also formed. So we should not see other things as small or minor. We have also come from them. That is his idea. Okay, and he's telling examples like this chameleon is there, which changes color. You know, that one earlier it was in forest, so it was in green color. When it understood that forest is drying up or forest is burning up or something, it has to change its color from green to brown. So naturally, it's generation after generation, it acquired the skill of changing color. Okay, same like that, this okapis and this generics they're telling. Okay, I'll show you pictures. Okay, these are the things. If you see these animals, they have longer neck. Why they have longer neck? Because the place they are there to eat the things. Okay, the trees, the tall trees, the hanging things on the trees, that they have to eat. So they need longer neck. So if you see why giraffe got long neck, why this is an evolutionary journey. This, if you simply Google why giraffe has long neck, you will get the answer. So like this, the author is giving examples and pictures. Okay, these pictures I have taken from Google, but he is also in his book might be giving this kind of pictures, and he's trying to explain this. Okay. Then again, you know, generic monsters, you know, this kind of thing in cartoon you would have seen. This is Frankenstein Monster concept, okay, where these body parts are stitched to each other. Okay, neck, hand, leg, they're all stitched to each other in different parts. So they are telling from virus perspective. When virus looks at a human being, all living creatures, they are genetic Frankenstein type of monsters. They have stitched together, meaning they themselves only contributed to their evolution. So for them, we all look like monsters, Frankenstein monsters, where gene by gene we have stick together. Okay, so nearly 8% of our genes, for instance, are uniquely viral in origin, and despite thousands of millions of years of adding, editing and deleting genes, we remain genetically similar. We are telling, if you take the coronavirus also, 80 to 90% of that coronavirus genes and human genes will be matching. It will be same, but there are some extra things which are unique to it, okay, which is causing the disease. Okay, and how this ACE2, that is where the ACE2 comes in. This is what was asked in the prelims. Okay, so the virus binds to the protein receptor. Okay, this is a protein receptor. Full form is angiotensin converting enzyme. Okay, it's an enzyme. So this is actually a protein hormone that causes the blood vessels to become narrower and is vital for maintaining blood pressure and fluid balance in the body. Okay, so this is very important for our body. Okay, so this is like it binds, the virus binds with this thing. Okay, and this ACE2 is not like it is only there in human beings. It is there in mammals, several mammals. This can be next year's UPSC question. They'll ask like ACE2, which was in news, is found only in humans. It's a false statement. It is there in several mammals. Okay, and primarily it is there in the lungs and guts. Okay, that is why our lungs are getting affected and people are dying of corona. Okay, so when virologists, okay, they test it, they tear open or they open this virus, as I told, they carry most of the genes which is already there in all these things, virus, bacteria, mammals. Everyone has surprising the same, 94% are same, but there are some which are completely unique, of which the functions we don't know, and that is what is making it difficult to predict what will happen when one person affected with COVID-19. Okay, it will, how it behaves when it enters our body, we cannot say. Okay, so now one thing is he's telling, humans have this thing like we believe that we possess enough power to subdue and manipulate nature. We were too much overconfident now, but what has happened? Now everybody are locked down and sitting inside for 2 years now, and it is not going to end also. It is going to go for a long time. We have to get adjusted to this. That is his gist. So he's telling this kind of brinkmanship makes us feel that we control nature. Okay, we feel that, but actually the tiniest of tiniest beings are needed for the evolution and for the survival and the existence of this world. Okay, that is the closing notes. So if you see the controversies about the origin of SARS-CoV-2, that is also now there. If you see, is it coming from that wet market of Hunan market, that the China's market, Wuhan market, did it come from there, or did it leak from a lab, or is it purposely designed as a bioweapon? All these things are existing. Okay, and what are people doing? Going and shouting. But that you should not do. You should not play the game of politicians and diplomats where blame game is there. China did it, or USA did it, or they funded, he funded. That is the job of politicians and diplomats. But you have to ask the right questions. You have to have the right lifestyle. You have to start accepting that nature is not like something you can control. Okay, everything, drought, flood, tsunami, you see everything, people cannot control them. Okay, so viruses are something which is there along with us, and we are also part of them. We were also part of them. We have evolved from them. So we should know that. And they are telling, if you see the outside world, soil, mud, mulch, sand, gravel, all these are crucial pieces in climate change, in ocean current, in wind circulation, in if you see the earth's carbon oxygen cycle, microbes are the primary primary energy producers on the earth that regulate all this. Okay, and they are like they power the earth's engine. Okay, so everything they are telling, it starts from small things. It is not like humans are doing everything. It starts from very small things. This virus has a power to affect like billion people, billion infections in a second. So you should know how problematic it is and how powerful these things are. Okay, and in every ecosystem, tropical forest, vast, everywhere. Okay, anything you take, even the microbiome, the place where microbes live. Okay, everywhere has evolved. These are all evolved with time and adjusting. So humans also have to understand that, and because this COVID-19 is here to stay, it is going to stay, it is going to be there for a long time. And he's telling COVID-19 also may not be something which like one day from a lab it came. It can be because of evolution, and they are telling it crossed over to us. See, crossover, we only did it because of our mass movement, our bad approach towards science, or our fragmented responses from agencies, meaning everybody did not take the actions on time. So we are also equally responsible for the COVID-19 to spread. Okay, starting is one thing, but the spread is because of our lifestyle. Okay, not wearing mask, not wearing this thing, not being hygienic. Okay, that kind of things, we are also responsible for spreading it. Now if you see, everybody are hygienic, everybody are washing their hands, everybody are using their mask. So this should have been a proper lifestyle. If in Japan and all, if you see, they regularly wear mask because of the dust pollution and all. So there now, if you see, the cases have gone down drastically. Even though Japan was one of the first infected country, now there the cases is very less. Okay, so this they are telling, perhaps this is going to stay forever. So we, instead of playing politics and all, we have to adjust with it. We have to understand nature. We have to understand the seriousness, and then collectively fight with it. Okay, we have to live with it. This is the articles. Now, last article. Okay, this quickly I'll tell because very easy one. It's death penalty and mental health. Okay, death penalty and mental health means death penalty is there, and in a recent report, actually in Delhi Law University, there is a project 39A in which they are researching on all these things. In that there is a report, Death Worthy, a mental health perspective of the death penalty, meaning people who have mental illness or mental any problem, any psychic problems, when they get death penalty, whether it is legal or whether it is valid or not. Okay, so India is among the 55 countries who is still giving death penalty. Okay, every country don't give, 55 countries are giving it, and India is one among them. Okay, even though it is told like we should stop it, nobody is listening to it. Okay, and this mental health thing is a much neglected topic. Okay, already a lot of things we are also doing as part of our schemes and all. Government is trying to include mental health in every possible scheme. And this, if you see, no right to fair trial. Okay, right to fair trial is actually there in our constitution. Okay, UPSC can ask that, right to fair trial is a constitutional right. It is a constitutional right. Okay, there is article 27, 28 and all, so you can go and see 25, 26. Okay, just I maybe check the article number, but it is there in the fundamental rights. So you have right to fair trial. And if you see the last 88 people who got death penalty, out of that 30 were people who had depressive illness, 19 with anxiety disorder, 3 people having psychotic episode. So there were such cases. Okay, many of them have attempted suicide in the past. Many have thought about it in the past. So such people, should they be given death row, or they should be given proper treatment and maybe life imprisonment? Okay, because they did a crime, obviously. So they should be put in jail. But should they be given capital punishment or death, hanged till death? That is the debate here. Okay, so now United Nations Commissions on Human Rights also tell not to impose the death penalty on persons suffering from any form of mental disorder or to execute any such person. But the countries don't explicitly prohibit. Countries don't do it. Okay, even though there are many cases in which Supreme Court told many things. As I told, this is enshrined in the Constitution. This right to fair trial and this insanity defense. Okay, insanity means the mental insanity defense in the Indian Penal Code sets such a high barrier that it can't met in most cases. Meaning it is not being followed. Okay, now two court cases I will tell you. One is in state of Maharashtra versus Santosh Maruti Mane, okay, 2014, Bombay High Court. Okay, Bombay High Court, while confirming the death penalty for a man who had gone on a bus rampage, meaning some bus accident or something, I don't know. So 9 people life gone. Okay, but that person involved has some prior medical mental condition. But court is telling mere prior incidents of treatment is not sufficient. Court is telling earlier 10 years back if he had a mental problem, that is not our concern. At the time of creating the crime, whether he was mentally sound or not. Okay, that is what you have to do. But the psychiatrist and the people countering that are telling it is impossible for psychiatrists nowadays to, like, just days after the crime or weeks before the crime how he was, we cannot tell that. We can only tell his previous prior condition. Okay, so that is very difficult to tell. So that is the what is happening. And if you see long back in same year, this Shatrughan Chauhan versus Union of India case, the Supreme Court had said that mental illness should warrant the commutation of death sentence to life imprisonment. You would have heard the pardoning powers of president and all. You would have seen this word, commutation, respite, many words you have studied. So commutation of death sentence means reduce the death sentence to life imprisonment if there is mental illness. The Supreme Court, Supreme Court itself has told in this case. But if you see Bombay High Court and all, they are not following it. Okay, because they are telling at that moment we need proof that he was mental condition or something is there. So this both are same 2014 judgments. Okay, so this is you can use it. Okay, in mental health related questions you can use these two judgments. It's very important. That's why I told please make notes of all these things. Now again, social detriments they are telling, like who actually has mental issues. They are telling the people who are poor, people who have seen abuses in their childhood, they have seen maybe something something has happened to their family members or something, their house is burnt, something when they see in childhood. That is how slowly mental diseases develop in your body, and finally they are the ones who end up in poverty also. So they're just telling the social detriments of mental illness here in this paragraph. Okay, just pause and read again. Now again, psychosocial approach. Okay, there is a Supreme Court judgment in 1980. Okay, old one, Bachchan Singh versus State of Punjab. In that already guidelines are there, like what court should take into consideration before imposing the death penalty. Okay, so this is already there 1980 onwards. Till 2014 people are getting confused. Okay, like what to follow, what not to follow. Okay, so now this report again tell we have sentenced to death people who due to nature of their disability might very well be exempt from death penalty, meaning there were people who could have been exempted. Still our criminal justice system still hanged them also. So the author is hoping all these things we have done, the research and the judgments and this thing and all, we hope this will trigger these discussions, meaning people will take this seriously and take some action. So this is the gist of this entire article. Okay, so this kind of free learning, this much detailing, if you need from me myself, please subscribe, please like, please comment, and please WhatsApp me now itself if you have not yet WhatsApp, because this is going to change the way you are going to approach UPSC, and I guarantee you success if you follow what I am telling throughout the year. Okay, so please support us, please help us to help you reach your dream destination of Mussoorie. Okay, so thank you and have a nice day.